little bit of sweet, a little bit of spice, and some coffee.
What's better than a fresh pot of Joe?
Good steak.
A good steak is right. What's better on that steak?
Coffee?
Coffee. Black Rifle coffee.
I think so. How about some Freedom Fuel?
Freedom Fuel. We are making an American steak, and James, what kind of steak are we making, and what kind of flavors are we going for with our coffee?
We're gonna go with a tri-tip today.
A tri-tip.
Tri-tip sounds good.
That
and
does.
How about a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spice, and some coffee?
Why not? Let's get going.
Let's do it. Take our tablespoon of chili powder, little Heath Riles. This is gonna be a little bit of Cajun Creole butter, and it is really good on just about anything, honestly. Just kind of going about 3 tablespoons each of these. How about a little bit of Freedom? A little bit of America. Oh yeah. And we'll just get that mixed up. That smells good. You can smell the coffee in there too.
Yeah.
That's good. Just trimming off some of the fattier pieces on the top because you don't really need much up here, especially with this cut of meat because there is plenty built into it. Makes it so it's a little tastier because you can see how deep that goes. You don't have to cut it all off, but it helps with the final bite. There's less gristle, less free to fight through. If you get really invested, you can even go to trim off that silver skin. And all the fat on the bottom side of this is really hard anyways. So it's not stuff you'd want to leave on because it's not something you'd want to be eating through at the end. The olive oil really helps it when you come to like searing it too. So just see how much nicer that looks.
Oh yeah, that looks way better.
Makes it more visually appealing because it makes all the colors stand out.
This thing is cooked to what I would call perfection, James.
It's cooked pretty good.
I mean,
We did a good job. It smells great.
It's glistening. That coffee has some nice color to it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, the best thing that we have to do now is cut into this thing. So
We get to try it now, right?
we get to try it.
to try it.
Cut
Yeah.
into this thing
All
and
right.
explain to the people the way you're gonna cut this tri-tip, because that is probably the most important thing about this cut of meat is how
Yeah.
you cut it.
Yeah, so there are traditionally 2 different grains in your tri-tip, and with meats you want to cut against that grain, so as you're eating it, it just pulls right apart for you. So it's hard to tell, especially sometimes after you cook it, but right about here, we'll slice it.
So this first cut's going with the grain.
Yep,
And our
with,
next cuts will go against the grain.
with the grain to separate it.
That is perfectly
That
cooked.
looks good. Nice medium rare. That looks good.
All right. You want
Should we slice a big one or eat a little piece? What do you think?
I'm gonna go a little piece.
Little piece? All right.
I'm just gonna do the whole
I'll
thing.
take the end, yeah, why not? Cheers.
That crust.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. That is, and you can see it just falls apart because of the way you cut that. I mean,
It'll just pull. Yep.
it will just pull. Awesome job. Coffee Rub. Make sure you check it out. And if you don't want to do the coffee rub, make sure you're drinking that Black Rifle coffee. That's some good stuff, James. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.